We are officially 1 year away from the release of GTA 6. We hope. Look, it is November 19th, 2025, and on November 19th, 2026, that's the date we have on paper. But let me ask you this right now. Do you actually think GTA 6 is dropping on time, or are we getting hit with another delay? Drop your prediction in the comments. Welcome to Regular Dave Maneuvers. Appreciate you for stopping through. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you happen to enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. So this video is just me talking through everything GTA 6 right now. I don't really do this often, but I don't have just one topic. I just want to cover a whole bunch of stuff and just get my ideas, opinions out. I appreciate you guys for listening. We'll talk about the delay. We'll talk about the timeline. We'll talk about the hype. And honestly, we are going to have to talk about the frustration a lot of us are feeling. Look, we were all sitting around expecting trailer 3. And instead, we got hit with a whole new announcement. It was brutal. Another delay. So let's run the timeline real quick. Don't forget, the original release window for Grand Theft Auto 6 was fall 2025. We're already supposed to be playing it, right? But I think when they announced fall 2025, nobody believed that for a second. I don't know anybody who was like, yeah, we're going to get it in the fall 2025, right? Most people assumed, oh, that must mean we're getting it 2026. And of course, that's what happened. We got hit with an official date, May 26, 2026. A lot of people thought that was the real date. I did not believe that, but a lot of people thought that was the date, May 2026. We gonna get our grubby fingers on Grand Theft Auto 6. I always thought from the jump it was going to be fall 2026. And I was just basing it on the past. And that's really not a predictor of the future, but it can be at times. So I always thought fall 2026. And look at us now. We're staring at November 19th, 2026. But let's be honest. It's not impossible that we end up looking at 2027, like spring. Look, here's another question. Would you be shocked if there was a delay? Like if they was like, all right, we said November, but we going spring 2027. Because I wouldn't. And this is normal for Rockstar, but this feels a little different. It's not just a timing issue this time. There's noise around this game and there's noise around this company. You got union busting reports, workplace turmoil. Look, you have like 30 employees that were fired. They basically feel like they were fired because they were forming a union. And look, I got my thoughts and opinions on this. You're talking to somebody. I understand unions. I've been union. I was union for over 20 years. I'm not currently at the moment, but as of like 3-4 years ago, I was union. I know what it means. I understand. And on a very surface level, I don't want to get too deep in this because everybody got their opinions on unions, but unions are not conducive to productivity. That's just what it is. I'm not making that up. Unions are not. They are good for the employee, not necessarily good for the company. Look, when a union is formed, there's a collective bargaining agreement. The union and the company, they agree to certain things. So it's not for a union to tell a company how to run its business. That's not the goal of, or that's not the purpose of the union. The purpose of the union is whatever they do agree to, it's for the company to abide by that contract. Whatever is agreed to, the union needs to follow what is agreed to. That is not conducive to productivity because sometimes, not sometimes, most times you're going to need to break some rules, especially if you're doing something as ambitious as GTA 6, right? Those things that you agreed to that sounded fine at the time, that goes out the window when you got to get something done, right? You can't be thinking about rules of this and this person can work only this long. Like that, when something needs to get done, that goes out the window. So I understand why a company like Rockstar would not want a union within their organization. Now, there are good points to a union. I could talk about a union for hours and hours. I'm not going to do that, but there is rumors of union busting. Now they're saying that the reason why those employees were let go is because they were in a private Discord and they were releasing confidential information. I don't know. I wasn't in the building. I wasn't in the Discord. I don't know the truth. Somebody's leaking something because there have been things leaked, right? So don't know the truth on that. But there's a lot going on with this company, and that's why this delay feels a little different. Now, look, I know, this delay feels different. Look, trust me, I know Rockstar delays everything. That's their whole playbook. I've been around. I'm not new to this. I've been following them since the beginning. But this one just feels a little different. Look, nobody doubts that GTA 6 is ambitious, right? But ambition can cross a line. Ambition can go too far, right? You try to do so much stuff that you don't get most of it right. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I do not know. We will know hopefully next November or shortly after that. But with the amount of time between GTA 5 and GTA 6, man, we sitting in unprecedented territory for Grand Theft, right? So this is basically like the longest wait in gaming history for something that people actually want. We're looking at 12 years since GTA 5. And by the time we get 6, it'll actually be 13 or a little longer. And you guys cannot tell me that that's not excessive. And I get it. Rockstar wanted to ride the GTA Online wave. I do understand that, and that's how we got to this moment. I don't call any company greedy for trying to maximize profits. I do understand why companies exist. It's to make money. But this one does feel a little greedy with how much they rolled out GTA Online. They saw how we were acting. We said we wanted GTA 6, right? I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years ago. We started kind of like, hey, what's the deal with GTA 6? At the same time, we kept logging into GTA Online. And the behavior was greater than the yell for GTA 6. Our behavior was telling them everything that they needed to know. Now, me personally, I stopped playing GTA Online a long time ago, but y'all kept it alive. Look, I'm from the old school gaming. I had never personally sat with a game that long, so I didn't even know how to keep playing GTA Online. I was like, okay, I am over it. I don't care what content they keep coming out with when we getting something new. So, look, let's look at the gaming landscape really quick because I don't want to poop on it because let's look at the landscape. Call of Duty is getting dragged every year. The new Black Ops is under heavy scrutiny. These sports games come out every year. I'm a sports gamer. That's what I grew up on. But the whole genre is stale because of the yearly release. I don't even play sports games for the most part anymore because it's the same formula, same animation, same mechanics. It's literally just a different marketing campaign every year, right? So I'm not going to clown Rockstar for spending extra time to give us something generation defining. I do believe they want to create something generational, and I do believe it's going to land right. And I don't really think that there's any doubt that this will be the greatest open world experience ever created. I mean, it would just have to be Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the current greatest open world experience. And it would just have to be Red Dead 2. And you got the same company making it. So I don't think that that's up for debate, that it's not going to beat out Red Dead 2. But let's not pretend like turmoil can't cause things to go left, right? Let's not pretend like ambition can get in the way of something great. It can, right? So look, let's talk about the final year. It's the countdown. Final countdown. I feel like we've been counting down for way too long, but we are 1 year away. What can we expect? Honestly, I don't think a real ramp up happens until late spring, like end of April, early May. Now, look, we'll get some breadcrumbs or two before that, just enough to keep shareholders calm, keep us from rioting online. But the true marketing push, late spring. And the problem is that Rockstar knows that when they start talking, the internet stops, everything stops, and we start listening. So they can really do whatever they want. The relationship between consumer and company is absolutely dysfunctional. It's like we want the product more than they want to give it to us. And let's be honest, the hype is still real. I'm not going to even pretend like I'm not still wildly excited for this game. I absolutely 1000% am. I feel like we've been 1 year away for like 3 years, right? But I'm still locked in. I'm still locked in on GTA 6. This channel, it's not going anywhere. We're going to continue to make videos. I'm here the whole way. I'll be breaking down news. Leaks, you know what? They will be heavily vetted because now people are really just making stuff up. Right? Rockstar uploaded a private video on their YouTube. We're getting trailers. Like, people are just doing, look, there's no news to report. People need these clicks. There's an economy around GTA. So people are just going to start lying. So leaks will be heavily vetted on this channel. But we'll be sharing theories. We're going to cover the trailers as they release. And we're going to essentially get through these GTA withdrawals together. Right? Just me and you, we getting through these withdrawals. Lock in with me. Comment what you think is really going on with GTA 6. We'll ride it out together. I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.
Cause in the lay back in the 80s, that's as wild as it get. And moms tried to move away from all that banging and shit. But I just wanna break dance and go to park jams. And had a lot of love for the Raiders and the Rams, plus the Lake Show. Seen a young Magic in his prime. At the same time, I was taught to never drop a dime, mind your business. Was taught to pray to God for forgiveness.